What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome into CHGO Bulls pregame, presented to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Download their app and be sure to use promo code CHGO when you sign up. I am Matt Peck. You can follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Peck. This is my guy, Big Dave Watson. He is at BAWL Sports. Joining us running the controls, our very deeply valued producer and sweet, sweet friend, young Joseph Spathis.
Friend is strong.
What's up, Joseph?
What?
Friend is strong? Now he's just poking.
Pouring salt on the wound, huh?
No, man. That had nothing to do with me. I got to get mad in it sometimes, Joey. Come on, make room for your boy.
Dave has a gripe himself now because...
What do I have? What's my gripe?
Well, I'm just saying, Jake was the hero who saved the day on Thursday night and brought me my delicious beef from Portillo's.
He did.
But didn't get you a fish sandwich.
Didn't get me a fish sandwich, no fries, didn't even think of me. Got himself something, but didn't think. Joey, did he get you anything?
No.
Did not get
to be fair, I had just had Portillo's.
Already had his Portillo's.
That's a fair point. But like you said, even if you have Portillo's, you still might want more Portillo's.
That's just because I'm gross.
Well, fair point. Very fair point. And also, I'd like to point out again, Matt, with the shoes and the shirt, but I'm noticing something, and I don't know if I'm impressed or if I'm like, wow, because I like the shoes and the shirt, but how many flannels do you have to match these shoes? Because it seems like you got a flannel for every pair of these shoes.
I got a lot of flannels, man.
That's
I like wearing flannels.
Here. That's what I'm noticing here, dog.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of flannels. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot.
I got at least one more shoe and flannel combo that I haven't busted out yet.
Okay.
You'll see.
All right.
Oh,
all
you'll
right.
see.
I'm ready to see it. I'm ready. But it looks nice, man.
Thank
looks
you.
very nice.
Can you notice there's even a touch of gray in these blue and whites?
Oh.
Which is why I went with the gray hat instead of a blue hat.
Well done.
Or a red hat.
Well done. I like how all the blues are popping with the shoes, including the jeans.
I'm just following my idol of fashion here, man.
I
Doing what I
appreciate that,
can.
sir.
Doing what I can.
appreciate that. The shirt matching the Red Bull. I see you. I understand
You got
what you're doing.
a perfectly matching sweatshirt and hat
You know
combo
what I
yourself.
mean?
And the shoes.
That's how we do. Everything lines up nicely.
Black, gray, and white.
Joey's doing his as well. He's got a little yellow on the sweatshirt, but it matches the shoes as well. I see what you're doing, young
That
Joseph.
actually kind of looks like the hoodie that he forgot in that Paris coffee shop. Is that? Did you go back and order one online? Is that?
No,
that
I've
coffee?
had this one for a while. God, I forgot about that.
Oh,
I'm sorry to bring that
What a
up.
freaking L for me.
Tough times. Tough times.
God. I might go
all right.
online and see if I can get one of those.
all right, I left some socks in Paris, if that helps at all.
Yeah, no, weirdly that doesn't help, but I feel bad for you now.
No, it's
that
all right.
sucks.
I'll be okay. Oh, no, I got a bunch of them. Don't worry about it.
If you ever are looking for new socks, Bombas.
Yeah,
Best socks.
Bombas are good. I think I'm wearing some right now.
Are you? I mean,
Got some
I'm
Bombas on?
wearing some right now.
Yeah, me. I am too.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
See, I like thin. I like my
Bombas
socks
sponsor
thin.
us.
Oh, they're thick and durable.
They're
I
good,
like
though.
thin ankle. I do
they're
have
nice.
some thick and durable ones. Some Tom Snyder. Todd Snyder makes some awesome socks. Like really
Nike
thick,
makes some
awesome
good socks as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I like those as well. Those are good.
Okay, lots to get to here in pregame. We got to talk about some interesting words from Shams Charania, NBA bomb dropper and reporter, who was chatting with Waddle and Sylvie on Chicago
Anthony.
airwaves the other day.
Thanks, Anthony.
Then we'll take a look at what the Blazers have going for them this season. But before that, just a quick injury update after the Bulls had 3 key players suffer injuries in their game on Thursday night. Some good news, some bad news. Okay. Patrick Williams with that right ankle sprain, I hated watching the replay of it several times. You saw he turned that ankle really badly. Yeah. He is active and available to play tonight.
Wolverine.
As is Nikola Vucevic, who got banged up with that quad bruise. They're calling it a quad contusion on the injury report. He is also available to play tonight. Unfortunately, the Cookie Monster, Alex Caruso, with that left foot soreness, left the game, did not return Thursday, has been ruled out for tonight's action. So the Bulls will be a little bit shorthanded with that bench mob.
Should be interesting again. I hate not having him.
Yeah.
Because it just magnifies, the lack of defense and the guys they need. And also, I miss Javonte even more, when he's not here as well. And he's just that important, to the Chicago Bulls and their winning. So.
Especially facing a offensive juggernaut like these Portland Trailblazers tonight. We'll get to that in a little bit. The Bulls are in deep defensively tonight without Caruso. Meanwhile, for the Blazers, Gary Payton II had missed their front end of their back-to-back last night with a non-COVID illness. He has been listed as available to play. He'll be back in there tonight. Justice Winslow, however, remains out with a sprained ankle, as does their big man, Yusuf Nurkic, with that calf strain that the Blazers said they expect to keep him out until after the All-Star break. So Blazers playing a little shorthanded as well. Okay. Shams Charania.
Shams.
On the Waddle and Sylvie show, ESPN 1000. Shout out to our guys, especially Sylvie. What a guy. Awesome. Was on their show yesterday and said the following. Joseph, thank you. I've heard that they, the Bulls, are trying to be more active in other ways. I've heard they're trying to go get guard help in the trade market. They're holding out on that hope that Lonzo Ball returns, but they have been active in the marketplace trying to go get a guard out there and see if they can get some help for this group. I've heard that more than I've heard, hey, they're shopping Zach or they're shopping DeMar, end quote. Basically, Sham saying here, what I'm hearing is the Bulls are looking to be buyers, not sellers, at the trade deadline, which might come as a surprise and a little bit of a unwelcome surprise to Bulls fans who are thinking and hoping and crossing their fingers that the front office was going to face reality that this group doesn't look like they have it, and maybe make some trades between now and that Thursday deadline to set themselves up for next season and beyond. Sham saying the opposite here.
Yeah, I wish I could say it's surprising. It's not. AK has made it plain since he got here. He has no interest in those in rebuilding or doing things like that. He wants to go to the playoffs.
He had to do it when he got here.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to do it again. You remember when he got Patrick Williams, he said, I hate picking this high. I don't like picking high, and I don't want to do it again. So, one, he's being a person of his word. He wants to go to the playoffs. He stated that over and over again. That's what it seems like he wants to do. I also think, and I agree with Will when he said this, it's better, it might be teams more desperate to make a splash in the offseason than it is for teams to do that during the All-Star break, because I think it's only a certain number of teams that are really trying to make a splash, and those are teams trying to get to the playoffs. And usually those teams don't have a lot of things to give. They're just trying to get this player so we can get to the playoffs.
Right.
They're in that mode. So I think in the offseason, that might change, depending on how this season finishes out. That might change. You might see some movement then. But I'm not surprised by this. Of course, I want them to do something. I would like them to make a trade to do something. I've been crying for shooting since forever. So if they make a move and bring me some shooting, I'll be happy with that, honestly. I would. I'd be very happy to get some shooting in here, some guard help. It's wild that they have 4-point guards and still need guard help.
Right.
That's wild. But it's a fact. It's just the fact of the reality, man. That's what it is. They're going to try to win.
And, when you talk about that kind of comment from Sham saying pointedly they're maybe looking to get a point guard because they're running out of hope that Lonzo's coming back.
Yeah.
I feel like it's any day now they're going to rule out Lonzo for the rest of the season. I don't know. Maybe they're waiting to make that official if they're trying to work him into some trades potentially right now.
Yeah.
But Fred VanVleet is one name who's been sort of thrown out there
I take that
as a guy. The Bulls and Raptors, two teams kind of floundering in the mid to bottom pack of the East right now. Our guys Will and Mark K in their episode of HQ yesterday broke that potential trade down involving sending Kobe to Toronto and getting VanVleet back. Dude, I love Fred VanVleet.
I love
Dude
Fred
is
VanVleet,
an
bro.
incredible player.
Yo.
Does have some quasi-Chicago ties as well.
Yes, he does.
But I think the other thing you have to keep in mind is if the Bulls are to make moves between now and Thursday, I would be shocked if those moves result in the Bulls going to above the luxury tax where they are currently slightly below.
Yeah.
We all know why.
Yes, we do.
Any move, if you're talking about adding talent, will have to be done while staying below that luxury tax line.
True. Are you saying that getting VanVleet will put them over that?
Depending on who the Bulls send back is what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. Now that you've said that, I'm going to champion this from now on now. Fred VanVleet. I would love Fred VanVleet. He answers every single question and every single gripe, at least that I have. The shooting, the toughness, the point guardsmanship, and the goonality that he provides and things. You like that word, Joey? You like that? Yeah. Joey liked it. The goonality of what he is, man. And he is awesome. And when he's on the floor, and also the championship pedigree, I can't underestimate that. That dude knows how to win. I watched him win it in the finals. You remember Fred VanVleet was going in the finals, man. All right. It wasn't just Kawhi. Fred VanVleet had a hell of a finals. All right. So I like him. I like what he brings to the table. A dude who could get 30 if he wanted to. You know what I mean? He can do that. And he's just tough as nails. He's a tough as nails kind of guy. So keeping him, I get what you want, I guess is my question.
Right.
Like, you mentioned Kobe. I love Kobe. That's Fred VanVleet. I'm not giving you up for trash, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that's a really good basketball player.
And the other interesting thing about Fred is if the Raptors are looking to move him, maybe part of that being he's got a player option coming up in 2023 offseason for nearly $23 million. He's at just over $21 million this season. It's like, okay, well, that's, an easy $23 million he could pick up. But if VanVleet thinks that his market value is higher than that and looking to get a new contract, that's something the Bulls would have to keep in mind.
That's true.
Are you going to want to bring this guy in a midseason trade knowing that there's a chance he drops that player option and says, sign me to something bigger right now?
It's a possibility. I mean, it's a risk in whatever you do. You know what I mean? But if you're saying you want to win, then you're in the risk business.
Yeah.
Because that's what that is. You're going to have to risk it for the biscuit, as they say.
Right.
So, like, it's a risk. Of course it is, man. But are you willing to take that? Are you still willing to make that move if you're really saying that you want to win?
Chirac Bobby in the comments saying, what would the Raptors want in return? Only Kobe won't be enough. And I agree. I think the proposal is like Kobe and either one of your backup bigs, either Drummond or Bradley. Drummond's clearly more useful of the two. But that is true. Most of the trade proposals, hypotheticals, even ones that have been somewhat reported, speculations that involve the Bulls, I look at that and say, why would the Bulls do it?
Yeah.
The Bulls-Raptors one involving VanVleet, I saw that, and I was like, if I'm the Bulls, I say yes to that immediately. Immediately.
Yeah,
so,
he answered. He checks so many boxes. He really does, man. And Bulls fans will love him on top of that, just from the toughness that he plays with. Bulls fans love the grit.
Yeah. Just something that Shams said when he was chatting on Chicago radio the other day, but definitely interesting because it goes against what most people, I think, in Bulls Nation are thinking right now as far as if there are moves happening between now and Thursday, it's the Bulls facing reality and becoming sellers, and this is saying quite the opposite of that. So we will keep y'all up to speed on anything else that's going on between now and Thursday. It's trade deadline season, y'all.
VanVleet. Come on.
I mean, dude, I would love
I'm in on
Fred
it now.
VanVleet in a Bulls jersey. I would absolutely love it. I don't know how likely it is, but I would be very much in favor of it.
Yes, I'm with it.
Okay, we will take a look at this Blazers team the Bulls have on deck tonight, coming up in just a second. After we give a quick shout out to our friends at DraftKings. While we're doing that, do us a solid, hit that thumbs up button. If you're watching along with us on YouTube, we appreciate it. And of course, make sure you're subscribed if you aren't already. Tonight's pregame brought to you guys by our friends at DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Did y'all get your same-game parlay in for tonight's game?
Did you?
Joseph, Patrick Williams' first bucket, he's active.
Not yet.
Oh!
Still thinking about it.
Still thinking about it?
Yeah.
Got to do it with your heart, Joe, not your head.
Correct.
DraftKings is an official betting partner of the NBA and our official betting partner at CHGO. And this week, new customers can bet just $5 and win $200 in free bets instantly. Plus, for a limited time, all new and existing customers can get a no-sweat same-game parlay every day. Just go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, opt in, and place a same-game parlay on any NBA game, including tonight's Bulls-Blazers game. And if it doesn't hit, no worries. You will get a free bet back. That is a zero-risk parlay. Why wait?
Why wait?
Why don't do that? Download the app now. Be sure to use that promo code CHGO when you do. One more reminder that new customers can bet just $5 and get $200 of free bets instantly only at DraftKings Sportsbook with promo code CHGO.
Yeah.
All right, so these Blazers, similar situation to the Bulls right now. Coming into tonight's action, they are exactly 500 at 26-26. Which has them tied with Golden State for 8th/9th in the West, clinging to some of those play-in spots. They are, as I mentioned, an elite offensive team. 116.8 offensive rating, which is 5th best in the NBA, but they have work to do on the defensive end. 116 flat defensive rating, 25th in the NBA. You see those combined out for a plus 0.8 net rating. middle of the pack, tied for 13th. You see who's leading them. They've got 3 guys, including their newly named All-Star Damian Lillard, averaging 20-plus points per game for them this season.
Man, look at those
you got
stats.
Dame with just, I'm not old yet, I can still ball out, over 30 points per game. Anthony Simons blossoming into a very quality second star kind of player.
Yeah.
And then, of course, a name familiar to Bulls fans from trade rumors years back, Jeremy Grant, also averaging 20-plus points per game for this Blazers offense. Dave, they can score a lot.
A lot. They score a lot. Yeah, Jeremy Grant, dog. You like that, Joey?
Yeah.
Joey like that? That's twice. I got Joey 2 on there. I got Joey 2 times. Yeah, Jeremy Grant, man, has just been absolutely balling out from the beginning of the season. He had a lull after, he went crazy, like the first 20 games. He had a little lull for a second, but it didn't last long. He's been putting up 30. He had games of 30-plus, you know what I mean? Like, he is really playing great. He's found a good way to fit in nicely with that team. He's taking over, and also with Dame, being hurt. Dame gets hurt every year. It's a thing. It's like Caruso being hurt. He's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
So they needed somebody to help with, Simons, while he's in there. So Grant has filled in, and I didn't think they would think he would be a 20-plus guy, coming in, maybe 13 or 15. So to add an extra, 7, 8 on top of that, that's all gravy, man. He's been playing really well for them.
Well, because, and we all saw that Jeremy Grant as the guy experiment when he went with, and signed with Detroit.
Yeah.
That team was not good.
No.
Turns out Jeremy Grant as your best player, not a good team. Jeremy Grant as maybe your third best player.
Yeah.
That's a role that guy can fit into very nicely.
True indeed, man. And he's showing it, when it's not on him and he's just a piece. But I think we kind of knew that, going in. But, Detroit clearly wasn't trying to win. They still aren't trying to win right now, know, especially with the injuries they have. But Jeremy Grant just as a piece, on that team, makes your team formidable because he can do it all, on both sides. He can really do it all. He just can't be the number one option to do it all.
Right, exactly. Of course, as you might expect, a lot of what the Blazers do on the offensive end does involve that three-point line. They are a high-volume shooting team behind the arc and a efficient team. They are 10th in the NBA in three-point attempts per game at just over 34. And they are 6th in efficiency in the league at just under 38%. And if you want a little bit of a wow, when you think about the fact that the Bulls as a team have certain games like they did the other night against the Clippers when they only shoot 24 threes as a team.
Yeah.
In some of these games, the Bulls are shooting somewhere mid to high 20s in three-point attempts total.
Yeah.
Damian Lillard and Anthony Simons combine to shoot over 20 threes a game between the two of them.
Woo. That's a lot.
Jacking threes.
And shout out to Simons, man. Like, he's another guy that just plays so damn well. He is like a baby Dame.
Yeah.
Because when he gets going and he gets hot, he can be that dude. You know what I mean? Like, he is that good, man. So shout out to him.
Some people also have compared him to a younger, up-and-coming Zach LaVine type, who is a slasher and also a lethal shooter from distance. Speaking of which, that was another one of the Bullish Bullshits that Mark and the GOAT broke down in our episode of HQ yesterday, was a potential Bulls-Blazers trade involving Anthony Simons. So go check that episode out.
Go
if you
check it
haven't
out.
Caught it yet.
That's right.
But yeah.
The GOAT and the bloke.
As I saw
Oh my
Mark
God.
saying, and
that was awesome. I'm sorry. I just amazed myself.
GOAT.
The GOAT and the bloke. Come on with this. Joseph, you hear what I did?
Yeah, bloke.
Come on. Joey's like, why are you bothering me with
I'm making
this
a
shit?
parlay.
I'm doing
Joey's
stuff.
busy getting his
He's
parlay
getting this money
babe.
in, man. So I'm spinning gold out here, Joey. I'm spinning gold, man.
That was good, though.
Yeah. But I kind of agree with what Mark was saying, which is like Simons is kind of a Zach LaVine-esque type. And in this trade proposal, I believe they got it from the most recent Low Post episode. It was sending DeMar and Vooch to Portland and getting back Nurkic and Josh Hart and Anthony Simons. And it's like, okay, interesting, but DeMar and Vooch are worth more than those three guys, I think. And especially if Simons is basically a mini clone of Zach LaVine, are you really
point.
helping your team if you're adding a guy to Zach who does the same thing Zach does?
And also, the best ability is availability, and Nurkic is always hurt.
Always hurt.
Always hurt.
Hurt right now.
Hurt right now.
Not playing tonight.
Yeah, and Vooch and DeMar are two of the most durable athletes in the league. Those dudes are playing. They don't care what's going on. So,
Yeah,
that hurts it as well.
Speaking of the Blazers and the fact that they're kind of in a similar boat to the Bulls right now, trying to scrape their way up from play-in, at least stay in the play-in picture out west, Brian Windhorst of ESPN said recently that the Blazers are absolutely in buying mode ahead of the trade deadline. Similarly, if Shams' reports are accurate, to the Bulls, a team just barely hanging on to the playoff picture, looking to buy instead of sell. The Blazers have been linked to Jay Crowder, who the Bulls have also been linked to in that same report.
Yes.
They are reportedly offering up Josh Hart in a multitude of trades to see if that can net them something back that they like better. Also, one name that apparently the Blazers are very keen on, OG Anunoby, who is another name that, from a Bulls fan perspective, if the Bulls could find a way to get Anunoby on this team, he would bring this team so many things that it needs.
Without a doubt.
But what I've heard is that asking price for OG, very, very high from the Raptors.
Yeah, I would think so. That man can play some basketball right there. Yeah, the Raptors, they're the everybody was talking about the Bulls and what they have and the vultures coming around them. No, the Raptors are different because the Raptors honestly don't mind. You know what I'm saying? Giving up those guys. They're okay with that. The Bulls might be a little apprehensive because, like we talked about earlier, he wants to win. You know? Raptors like, we good. We got Siakam. All right, let's start this, guys. Let's get this going right here. So yeah, they're gonna be something to watch, man. Oh, this just gets me excited for the trade deadline coming. That's all this does.
One day closer, man.
Oh, come on. Baby.
We got Rob and a few others in the comments pointing out that something in the Bulls' favor tonight. The Blazers are on the second night of a back-to-back. I mentioned a minute ago. Incredibly impressive comeback they had over the Wizards last night. And it's funny because, like, leading up to the game, I saw Blazers media asking some of their players that they're being referred to this season as the Wizards West, like a team that's kind of competitive but not competitive enough. And look, you know, that has an impact on the Bulls. The Bulls still have that Blazers pick coming to them.
Yes, they do.
But it's lottery protected. So Bulls fans are also should be diehard Blazers fans this season.
Seriously,
see them get not just to the play-in, but not being not a lottery team.
Right,
Get yourself a legitimate playoff spot if you're the Blazers, so that the Bulls get that pick coming their way now instead of waiting for it endlessly.
We root for the Blazers around here, man.
Speaking of that back-to-back, the Blazers pulled off a pretty impressive comeback in that game. I believe they were down by as many as 18 to the Wizards. And came back and won it, which, if you're a Bulls fan who's been paying attention, probably puts you on edge a little bit. Because it's like, okay, cool, they're on the second night of a back-to-back. The Bulls had a night of rest last night. But we have seen this team cough up how many double-digit leads in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah.
And the Blazers, I mean, we're talking about it. They can score in bunches.
Yeah.
So if the Bulls manage to build a little bit of a lead, if the Blazers come out sluggish tonight because of that second leg of a back-to-back, for the love of God, Bulls,
for the love,
don't take your foot off the gas.
Don't do it. Punish them. Get this victory because you're actually trying to get to the playoffs, and you're going to need this kind of thing. But it does help that they're on a back-to-back. It reminds me of the most recent one, which was the Orlando Magic. The Magic were on a back-to-back, and you saw it. But they still tried to come back. You know what I'm saying? On the Bulls, they have built a big, lead, a big enough lead, or they couldn't get there. But they still, made a run. You know what I mean? Now, Portland isn't as young. They don't have as strong of knees and legs, right now in that squad. But you have Dame Lillard, who can bring you back. Do you not remember the Dame Lillard shot on Lauri Markkanen when he was here to win the game? I remember it clearly. I still can't believe he got that off, let alone hit it to win the game. So he's still Dame Lillard. I don't care what you say. So, yeah, you have to put them away. You have to punish them. And as you mentioned, they're an offensive team. You know what I mean? You're missing your best guy defensively. So how do you counter that? Well, one, I'm looking at you, Patrick Williams. That's one. We're going to look at you right there. Ayo Dosunmu, I'm looking at you as well. Those guys are going to have to step up. Ayo's going to have a big task. He's going against Dame. Checking Dame or Simons, depending on the switch. He's going to have that assignment. So Patrick's assignment is going to be Jeremy Grant. So that's why I'm calling out those two guys right there, because they'll be the ones on the best players on Portland.
Patrick Williams, first basket.
There it
Patrick
is.
Williams first. He's believing.
Take whatever you were going to put, double it.
Ooh,
Double it.
double it.
Joey
Joey double
Joey double down.
Joey double down out here, man.
Joey feeling very confident
Feeling frisky.
about that first basket.
All right, Joseph. All right, we're gonna see what's happening. I need it to happen. It's the most excited I see Joey when we're watching the Bulls.
Drew Eubanks,
I got to see it, man.
2 blocks.
2 blocks.
2 blocks.
You believe in this?
Yes.
All right, Joe.
With no Nurk out there for Portland, can we please get the ball to Vooch?
It would be nice. It would be nice.
Please?
Wouldn't it be nice? It would be a nice thing to do to get him the basketball, man. So, yeah, get him the ball inside and let him punish and dominate. And just let him facilitate. Let him punish, dominate, facilitate. Let him do those things for the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
And that would be great, man, because, yeah.
We've got believers and non-believers in the comments on young Joseph's first bucket bet.
Ooh, okay.
Jeff Crook saying living dangerously, Joey.
Joey
Where's the
Danger.
non-believers?
Rob saying believe in the paw. And Amari just gave him a new nickname, Joey Confidence.
Joey Confidence.
That's a good one. I like that one.
We're all believers.
Come on with it, man. They believe in you, Joseph.
They do.
believe in your pick, sir. It gives him strength. It gives him fire.
Feeling good
some
tonight.
energy. Feeling good about it.
Or
be
Omi
pacing
Josh
back and forth.
suggesting Joey 2 times.
Joey
If-
2
If
times.
you're doubling down on the bet,
Yeah.
Joey 2
Get the
times.
papers. Get the papers.
Rob mentioning that he has Lillard PTSD. Man,
Yeah,
so
man.
like Dame has
Yeah.
done Dame time to a lot of teams in the league at this point.
Correct.
He's been playing a lot of games and he's done this
Yeah.
many a times to many victims.
Yeah.
But that one game, was it 2 seasons ago when that frenetic late game situation happened where the Bulls somehow ended up in a jump ball situation that shouldn't have been a jump ball?
That's what I was just talking about.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
shot on Lowry.
Yeah.
That's,
Oh,
that's
my-
where it came.
Ugh.
That game right there. Yeah, they ended up in that jump ball, and he hit it over 7 foot, jumping at him. If y'all go back and look at that, like, you'll be like, how did he get this shot off? Let alone hit the shot. How did he get that off, man? It was an incredible shot. Yes, I'll never forget it. It's burned in my brain. It's seared up in there because it was during the time where fans weren't allowed back in the stadium.
Right, yeah.
So yeah,
that was the 2021 season. Yeah.
Correct, man. So, but that was a colossal shot and a tough loss for this team, man. Really, I remember it well. Game time,
Game time hoop.
well
Man.
done, done, sir.
What did you think of that, real quick, the Pat Bev trash talk when
Oh.
Lakers and Blazers were playing like a week or so ago?
You know what?
And he was doing that bit with like
Yeah.
the broken watch.
When you were saying Dame time and pointing to your wrist, I immediately thought of that. That was the first thing I thought of was that. I thought it was brilliant and hilarious and on point.
Which was better, that or him bringing that camera over to the ref at the end of that Lakers-Celtics regulation?
Listen, he would have got Goon of the night for 3 nights if he
Man.
was on the Bulls and he did that. That is Goon tactical shit right there. I mean, come on, the ref I just like the ref's reaction like, dude,
Yeah.
treat, come on. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna disrespect me? I ain't even mad at you. I have to give you this, all right? Yeah, that was hilarious and yeah, man. Do you want Pat Bev here? I was just talking to my neighbor before he got here. Shout out to my boy DJ, man. I was just speaking. He does, young guy. He does not like Pat Bev. He does not want him anywhere near this team.
I know that you, to a certain degree, are a fan of Pat Bev.
I am.
And I know that he is a Chicago guy.
No, I don't go against the hometown.
And I know that you have been talking about how this team needs a little bit more goon.
Need him, bro.
This Bulls team is soft as Charmin,
Mm.
right? And maybe he could address that and fix that or help improve
help
that
it.
element
Sure.
of what this team does. And you know me, I love a crazy, scrappy guy.
Yes,
You're
you do.
talking to Joakim Noah's #1 fan in the world right
Yes, he
here.
is.
There's something a little bit different and a little bit off with Pat Bev, though.
I agree.
And I always have sided with our guy, Kendall Gill,
Okay.
whose opinion is Pat Bev out there just running around. He doesn't actually play real defense. He's just running around out there causing a scene. He
did say that.
I think he does more damage than he does good.
Okay.
And I am not a fan of the idea of bringing Pat Bev home.
I think with him, like most goons, it depends on the team.
Yeah.
Like Minnesota, he was a perfect fit. That they needed that.
If you can control the goon somehow.
Yeah.
Like
Reel it in.
Phil and MJ kept Dennis in line.
This is true.
For the most part.
This is true for the most part.
For the most part.
For the
He's-
most
he's
part.
still straight outside the lines a
Yeah.
number of times.
Yeah, exactly.
Had to go to Vegas.
Yeah.
Had to go do a wrestling match.
Can't wait to
you
watch
know.
that movie, by the way.
Yeah. But I don't know if this team right now, if you throw Pat Bev into this whatever jambalaya that AK and Eversley have cooking right now, I don't know if that solves anything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I mean, you
Would
got
it
a point.
add entertainment value?
Sure.
Undoubtedly.
Sure, absolutely.
Unquestionably.
And there will be a night. That will be a night Bulls fans will be in love with him. He will have that game
Right.
where Bulls fans will absolutely adore Patrick Beverley, and then he'll have a bunch of games where they're like, "Get this guy the hell off my team." They will
Right.
hate him so much. So, yeah, I would like. I'm okay with him not being here because I don't think it would work. The connection. You're right. The vibe. I don't think would work.
Right. Okay, it is just after 7 p.m., which means tip-off is right around the corner.
Oh.
Also, Joseph, it means that our pizza is almost here.
Yeah, 'cause we buried the hatchet.
Yeah. Joey, my sweet boy. Got him a Meat Lover's Pizza, Dave.
Nice. Joey Hatchet.
On the
With
way.
this. Let's go, man. Was this your own order? You wanted the Meat Lovers? That was for you?
Well, I'm fine.
He
with
said,
it.
let's
Okay.
get some meat. And I said, how about a Meat Lover's Pizza? Because he said he had a burger for
Get
lunch.
some meat. I thought,
So let's
I'd
change
make
it
it
up.
up to Matt.
Okay. All right, Joe. Well, enjoy it.
Hey, Scott, I see you, man. It sounds like you're trying to get Zach off this team before the trade deadline. Show the man at least some modicum of respect. He ain't from Portland. He's from Seattle. Okay?
Comparing this team to jambalaya is insulting to jambalaya.
Lies. You ever had jambalaya, Joe?
No, I haven't.
It's amazing.
It's delicious.
Quite incredible.
Delicious.
Yeah.
We'll have to try some sometime.
Yes, yes.
All right, y'all. Game time. Round the corner. Game time who? Come back here. We'll be right back in these chairs for post game to break it all down. In the meantime, hit that thumbs up before you head out if you haven't already. Make sure you are subscribed to CHGO Sports YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to you in a couple hours.
Yes, we will.
See Red be good.
Peace. Patrick Williams, first bucket.